Storm. I'm the host, Alicia, and you are on I Am More Than Enough, period, podcast. Today's guest, another special guest, and she goes by the name of Claire. Claire, welcome.
Oh, hi, Alicia, and thanks so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to our chat.
Yes, please reintroduce yourself and share your story.
Wow, where do I begin? Well, my name is Claire Rainford, and my story begins in my childhood garden when I was a little girl. So I loved making lotions and potions in my childhood garden, and I was always so happy in nature. And then skip forward a number of years, and I'm an only child, really close to my mum and dad. And unfortunately, I lost my dad to cancer. And then 6 weeks later, my mum was diagnosed with terminal cancer too. So the shock factor of what I went through at that time was literally, I felt like I was in the eye of a storm. I cared for my mum in what was my childhood home, and and then I lost my mum 12 months after my dad. So the story then takes a turn that I moved my small family, my husband and my son, back to my childhood home, which is in Lancashire in England, and it's in the countryside. And it really was nature that brought me back to life. And
Mm,
that story then led me on a journey of, first of all, a melanoma skin cancer diagnosis, which led me to look at skincare and launching a face oil brand, which was under the name of the Flower Power Company. And my story does get less bleak soon, don't worry, but it took another turn for the worst when last year I actually lost a very close friend, Wendy, also to cancer. And
mm,
all this loss and all this grief, and the one thing that held me through it all was actually slowing down and being in nature. And suddenly, one day, out of the blue, it sounds really woo woo and strange, but a rainbow hit in a wildflower patch in my garden that was growing. And some of Wendy's ashes were in this wildflower patch. And I just
mm,
had this crazy idea that, wow, wildflowers and nature has really brought so much joy to me in bleak times. And these wildflowers were looking beautiful with this rainbow hitting and all the dark sky. And I just had this idea, could I actually encourage the world to grow wildflowers and spread some of that joy? So, my background is in marketing, my passion is in nature. So, the two things kind of went hand in hand. And I just thought, well, I'll just put this out there and see if anyone will join me in this mission. And originally I thought, well, if I could get the world to grow a million extra wildflowers, wouldn't that be amazing? And it was my son who challenged me, and he said, "A million? That's not enough. Let's go for a billion." And there it
mm.
was. So there was my mission was literally born through lots of grief, lots of soul searching, and I put the idea out there. And now, less than 12 months later, I've got pledges from all over the world with people saying, "I'll help you, Claire. Yeah, I'm going to grow some wildflowers." And I get messages every day from the joy that these wildflowers are creating. I've got people in Australia, New Zealand, America, Mexico, France, Germany, all over the place that are just saying, "Yeah, I'll join you on this." So it's been such a wild ride coming from a place of intense grief and intense sadness. But I really feel that for me, everyone needs some sort of purpose. And this has really brought me back to life. So that's kind of my story.
And you started this last year?
Yeah, so the face oil brand has been around for a few years. But if I'm being honest, it
Okay.
never really took off. I didn't want to be the face of a face oil brand. I didn't want to be out there with that. But the actual flower mission that started, last year. So it's been less than 12 months, and I've got 42 different pledges now, people that have joined up to grow with me. And the total that I'm up to out of my billion target is, if you work out the amount that have been pledged to sow in the area form, then I'm up to 16 million wildflowers if they all actually get planted and grow. So I just feel like this crazy, audacious idea will happen now. I absolutely fully believe it. And I'm just taking one step at a time. And it's amazing how,
Did your best
like this,
did your best friend love flowers?
Wendy was one of my biggest cheerleaders on any business venture or anything that I'd ever done. She was always rooting for me, and she did absolutely adore flowers. And actually, the last message I ever sent to her was about when she was in hospital, and I said, "You must come and have a look at my wildflowers. They're absolutely beautiful." She didn't sadly get to see that message, but I just know in my heart that she is 100% behind me with this mission and cheering me on, along with my mum and dad. So I really feel that they're all still with me and giving me the energy to not worry about what the people think, and just to get my message out there, and to just go for it, because life can be short. Wendy was 50,
Yes.
and it really just makes you think sometimes, doesn't it, that we only have so long on this planet, so let's make the most of it and do something positive.
I always say we have more days behind us than in front of us, being women in our 50s.
It does make you think, doesn't it? All of those insecurities, all of those worries, all of those things holding you back, then, well, why? What are you waiting for? If not now, when? And if not me, or if not you, who? I think those are
Right.
ideas that have really given me confidence recently, because I certainly wouldn't have been wanting to show up on a live like this, probably about a year ago. I wouldn't have even wanted to do this. But now none of that matters. I'm just here spreading my story and hopefully encouraging more joy, because joy is such an unused word, I feel. I think we all need more joy in our life. And for me,
Of course.
wildflowers bring me joy.
And other people, as you can see.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And they're so important. I'm not an eco warrior. I completely believe in the power of nature. But when you actually start looking at the facts of pollinators and the decline of pollinators, it's scary what we're doing to the planet. So if I
Mhm.
can just do a tiny bit of good, I really want that to be my legacy, and something that my son is proud of, that I didn't just have an idea, I actually went for it and did it. So I'm motivated on lots of different levels to get this done and get to 1 billion.
I like that. While you were sitting there, a rainbow came over the flower pots. So that was a message from your mom, your dad, and your best friend.
It was just,
And I'm glad that you listened.
yeah, I think slowing down, I think
Mhm.
grief makes you slow down, because you physically don't want to do anything for a while and you're just in the eye of the storm. But actually, that's slowing down. There's so many blessings in it, because you notice things that generally in the rush of life you might not see. But yeah, that
Mhm.
rainbow, it was just so special to me. Just that, wow, it is like someone telling me that whatever you've been trying, that's great, but this is what you're meant to be here for. You've got to listen.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was a striking visual representation of pure joy and pure light. And it, yeah, it genuinely just gave me the idea there and then. And I could not sleep. I couldn't think about anything else. I just knew this is what I've been put here to do.
And isn't it beautiful when you do what you love to do or your purpose? It feels good.
Absolutely. It feels easy as well because you're just
Yeah.
doing, you've got other people helping you that they're backing you, you've got people believing in you, and like
Mhm.
doors are opening up that I would have never expected. So yeah, it's just easier when you're living life on the purpose of what you're meant to be doing.
Mhm. So, okay, how did people get in contact with you? How do people pledge? I mean, how did you get it started?
Well, it started off at a networking event, and I just put the idea out
Okay.
there. And then people started to say, "Oh yeah, I can help," and I know someone that likes flowers, and I've got florists involved, I've got schools involved, I've got hotels involved, all sorts of different people are involved. So they go on to the flowerpowercompany.com website and they pledge, so how what square meter they can put towards sowing wildflowers. So wherever you are in the world, you will sow wildflowers that actually are native to your area, and that number then gets added to my total. So it's as simple as that.
Mm. Okay, but I know you said you went to you were networking, you went to different events. How did you get the courage and use your voice to say this is what you're doing? Because you said you wouldn't have done this a year ago, being on podcast. So how did you get courage?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I did an awful lot. I read a lot of books on limiting beliefs and what was holding me back. And I think the courage came from the fact that this mission was so important to me. So the courage didn't hit me when I was doing the face oil as much because I had too many limiting beliefs around that. But this project has seemed easier because I'm just in the flow. So the confidence came when I realized that this is just something that I am meant to be doing. And therefore, the confidence just sort of came. So I think when you're in the right zone and you're doing something that's really meaningful to you, it doesn't matter what other people think. It really doesn't matter. Which so yeah, I think also hitting 50 did something to me because you suddenly realize that, well, life can be short and make the most of it. And why would I hold myself back worrying about what other people think? So those things together really gave me the confidence to just go for it.
Do you feel your parents and your best friend around you?
Oh yes, absolutely. I know what all of them would tell me. And sometimes I think, what would my mum say? What would my dad say? What would Wendy say? And I know what they'd say because they were such a big part of my life. So yeah, absolutely. They're still with me, just in a completely different way. But yeah,
Wendy will be cheering you on.
oh, Wendy would think this was hilarious. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're on a podcast with Alicia. What's happening?" Yeah, no, yeah, she would really be cheering me on. She cheered everyone on, and Wendy was joy. She loved life. She had a really good laugh, and I really miss that. Someone that makes your belly laugh so that you hurt.
Mhm,
That was Wendy
mhm,
for me. She was hilarious. But yeah, she would want us all to just enjoy life. So yeah,
yeah.
she'd definitely cheer me on.
How did you guys meet?
With Wendy, we were at college, so I'd have been about 19, and there was
Mhm,
this girl at the other side of art college, and she used to have the dirtiest sense of humour, and she used and her laughter was just really annoying at first, and then she captivated me. So she drew me in with her humor, and she just drew me in as just being such a big-hearted lady. And then we kept friends really all through our lives, with all the ups and downs of various stages of life. So when you've known someone that long, you know them inside out. So
Mhm.
it wasn't just me. She was a friend to so many people. She really lit up. She lit up the world, and it's really special to have someone in your life like that, even if it's not for for as long as you'd want. But yeah, she was a special, special lady.
Was she the opposite of you?
Um, no, we I don't know really. We just had a friendship that was just based on mutual respect and laughter and love. And it was yeah, it was simple. There was no complexities like there can be with some friendships. Um and yeah,
Mm.
she was best friends to lots of people because she was just a really fun, engaging person.
A heart of gold, right?
Yeah, yeah, that sums it up. Yeah.
So, how can people get in contact with you and pledge?
Well, they can take a look at the website, so theflowerpowercompany.com, and on there are links
Mhm.
to all the socials. And yeah, just watch me on my journey because it's only really just started. It's only just beginning. I'm in the first year of it and it's already taking off. So yeah, I'd love anyone to just follow this journey with me.
And anyone all over the world can join, right?
Yeah, the more countries, the merrier. And I have got a map behind me, and I don't know if you can see it just there. So I put little pins in
Mhm.
it every time that a different
Oh.
country comes on board. But the idea that people all over the world are are just going to do something so simple but so meaningful, and it doesn't matter. I've got some people that have pledged acres of land that they're going to put towards wildflowers, and I've got other people that have got a window box or a small pot outside. That doesn't matter. It's the principle that
Yes.
people are actually doing something positive for nature and for joy. That's what matters.
I love that you're spreading love and joy because this is what we need right now. So thank you for doing that.
I'm just doing a tiny, tiny, tiny thing in my own lane, doing this small thing, and but I really do. I just want to explain how much joy it's brought to me and how it's got me through some tough times, doing something that's meaningful to me. So, and I know you've done the same, Alicia. It's what's meaningful to you brings you to life,
Yes.
and it makes everything
Yes.
worthwhile.
Yes. So tell me the woman you are today, what's different about you?
I'm less uptight. I'm less. I'm less
Mm.
worried. I'm just more grateful for what I do have. I'm more appreciative. I'm a bit slower, a bit more intentional. Wendy and I used to laugh about roses because the saying um, about smelling roses, take time to smell the roses, was something that we literally did. We'd go past a rose and we would smell it. So little things like that, that's made me who I am today, just a bit more intentional, slower, and more internally confident, I guess, that
Mhm.
I am just me and not pretending to be someone else. I'm just me, and that's fine by me.
And that's enough.
Absolutely. Yeah. It takes time, doesn't it, to sometimes feel enough. It really does. It's a journey, and I've read books
It
on
is a
it.
journey.
Yeah, it's something I've really
Mhm.
intentionally tried to study, and it's just so freeing when you do start to feel that actually this is me and I don't need to change for other people, that I'm just being myself. It's liberating and it's freeing and it's just an easier way to live your life. It only took me 50 years to get here.
But you're here.
I think so. Yeah, we're all a work in progress, aren't we?
Yes. So, what is next for you?
What's next for me is just carrying on with this journey and getting to the next milestone with numbers. So it's great to have a target for how many people I want to get on board. So it's just growing, chasing up on people, talking to people, getting the message out there. Those are all things that I'm just doing quite steadily and methodically and in my own time. But yeah, that's what's next. So carrying on growing organically. I do feel it's a bit like flower seeds, because if you have a poppy and then the seeds fall on the floor, it suddenly other ones pop up later. And it does feel like that's how
Yeah.
this project's all going. So yeah, it's just growing organically.
Yes. Well, Claire, thank you for coming on and sharing your beautiful story. And I'm just excited for you. I love you. Just have a good spirit. You
Oh,
really do, and I can tell your heart. You have a good heart.
that means a lot to me. Thank you. And
Yes,
likewise, I'm just
and I'm going.
attracting beautiful people at the moment that just want to chat
Me
about it. And
too.
so, yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to put your website in the description box so people can see it and pledge.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to
You're
see who jumps on
welcome.
board next.
Right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you again, Claire, for sharing your story. And come back soon for another amazing woman or male, because we had males come on my show lately and to share their story. Everyone have a beautiful day, night, evening, afternoon. Bye, Claire. Thank you again.
Bye.